"80 subscribers. I don't care if it sounds small or big to me, even with a microscope. But I'm shocked that over the span of 8 months I have received around 8 subscribers, which granted is some good progress. Although I have made productive videos in the past 8 months, I have rarely been given comments. Most of them believe my videos need to be more popular. And I respect that because since my return from making videos, I wasn't expecting this to happen. But even in recent times, I have really thought of popularity and potentially becoming a big YouTuber. But I turned down the decision due to how stressful it is for me to edit videos, alongside personal life and school, now at college. But anyway, I am happy with 80 subscribers. Usually I don't make videos like this, unedited and unscripted, because I don't celebrate the smallest things that aren't bothering me the biggest. However, there's a reason why I wanted to make this video. It's because Greggs of all names has subscribed to my channel. Yeah, that's right. The official Greggs has subscribed to my channel. That means I can get free, unlimited amount of
vegan sausage rolls.
I'd be honest, for me, making content originally 8 years ago and getting some success is quite unbelievable on a few occasions. My first YouTube account now sits at around 7.5k subs, second was around 170 subs, and here for 80 subs. I hate to say something that will also refer to this channel, but it's staggering to imagine. The real reason why I wanted to make this video is that I want to show you how I feel about myself, my channel, and the country I live in, and what has been happening. As of 2025, my life has been like a roller coaster, ups and downs. I have gone through the most boring and terrible times, mainly because of what it was like to be in sixth form, which was so boring and yet disastrous for me that I regret going there anyway. Terrible and hopeless teachers who most of the time keep wasting our time to bring the whole class quiet as quickly as possible. Students in my class feel so soulless, though half of the class in the sixth form were friends from our year 11. And so on, so on. The good thing is that my education there was already good since I had good grades in year 11. The grades I had from year 11 were good enough for me to go to college, although I was aware of that. Even if I hadn't joined sixth form, then college was already possible for me to join, since these good grades did manage to reach the requirements. But hey-ho, at least I decided to go to sixth form, just for me to expect things could go well. Oh, it didn't go well. I don't want to get into the problems about my high school, but if you are a teacher who does this, at least call the principal or something like that. The whole time I was there, I was patient and polite, but whenever they felt the need to waste our time, I felt like I'd lost it. I mean, it's comically bad to watch this with my eyes. I think, and sorry for my rhetorical talking points, that the education system is flawed due to teachers going on strike, or the number of permanent teachers declining, but not for supply teachers or even VREC fucking it up with their grade boundaries and then getting fined for giving people the wrong results. For around 64% students like me on this year's results day, the top GCSE results were higher than last year, and there were good expectations and possibilities to get a good grade. Thank God, because in the past few years, the exam board has been brutal with the grade boundaries. Anyway, what about my personal life? To be fair, it hadn't been smooth sailing. I felt unmotivated to make videos, and I started to feel unhappy over how boring, not only on Roblox, but my personal life. The lowest point I had gone through was in late June, a month after I left the UK to go to Italy. June was by far the worst month of this year. I became commonly sad, and I kept forcing myself to speak to someone, which I failed to do. Like I said, sixth form was so boring, but at the end, whereas Roblox wasn't fun, I was still feeling sad because of my past mistakes, my health, and how the level of fun is slowly decreasing. I don't want to reveal too much context in real life because it's too personal here. I managed to speak with my high school friend about this. I said that I felt like I was weak in this way, but he thought that's stupid. He doesn't rudely mean that because he thinks that nobody in this terrible state is weak, and they, like me, will always have support at their backs. Don't get me wrong, the advice he gave me did help me. After we left to go to college, I started to feel the same emotions overnight, which led me to take a break and deactivate some of my social media accounts. I was struggling that bad. I also noted on my Discord account to read the description to show why I was dealing with the emotional pain inside me. I did manage to speak to one of my mutual friends from a Discord server, and he really helped me so much. I cannot thank him too much for this because without him I would currently be in a dire state. The person was so kind to me that I slowly regained my happiness, and I am grateful to myself and people like my friend because I wish people could bring a voice about what's happening in conflicts, mental health, or any other important topics. And on the topic of mental health, just because you think the person is feeling okay doesn't mean they feel okay. Why not have a chat and think about what we can do? Never keep it a secret. Speak to your friends, family, doctors, or anyone whom you or they trust you. I wish the people I know from the past or even while researching had been taught a lot about mental health and spoken to someone. Fallen legends should never die in this way. But anyways, how am I feeling right now? Well, so far it has been decent. I've already passed, so I'm not too worried about the course I am picking. Sports course is the only course I am picking, which is understandable, but I only wanted to do sports coaching, so the person from college gave me a better option by applying for the sports coaching diploma from my local football club. Though applying it, only if I am interested, still means that I am in college, because the local football club and my college are partnered. Well, no shit apparently, because it's located in a city where I live. It takes like 3 minutes to walk to the sports campus, but also 7 minutes to walk to the city center campus. The reason why I wanted to do sports coaching is that football is my hobby. But also another reason is that the football manager who I am inspired by is Zinedine Zidane, former French Real Madrid midfielder and then manager. He was crucial in not only his style of play, passing, possession, and skills, but also as a manager, intelligent, visionary, and careful. I recommend that you look at his highlights. He was and still is a legend. Hey, what about Roblox? In this year and a third quarter, Roblox has always been this bad. Firstly, Roblox was exposed by Hindenburg Research for lying to its investors by inflating its user base. Not only that, but self-explanatory here, Roblox was heavily negligent towards child safety. Secondly, Teddy Official in Meep City. Teddy. And no, not to be confused of this Teddy. Teddy Official is a controversial creator, well known for creating condos. When Roblox announced the expected disaster of The Hatch, there were many creators invited despite shockingly almost all creators, and good or influential games turned down the decision. Yeah, I wonder who else turned down this precious decision. Teddy got invited to the event. Almost everyone did not like the event, nor did they want to get him banned, which Roblox did, but then unbanned him and finally banned him. Then, there was the controversial ban on not only vigilantes, but also Schlepp. Roblox quintupled down, saying that it was to protect children. This led to Roblox getting pointed in the center by the Republicans, Democrats, and the whole fan base, a couple of countries that also banned the platform, and multiple lawsuits. Even Chris Hansen from NBC's To Catch a Predator gave an interview with Schlepp in Schlepp's video. I can't be arsed in listing all of them, but I think you get the point. I feel like Roblox is getting too boring nowadays. More games are becoming too normalized in being corporate, though lazily and cheaply made. And despite this, these games get away for good. Grow a Garden was literally nominated in the Roblox Innovation Awards multiple times, whilst another copycat, Steal a Brerot, also gets nominated. But other good games gets nothing. Like, how the fuck does this make any sense? Not only that, even the Roblox community isn't that good either. Retro slop. Developers desperately wanted money. Literal fucking game companies that own games as if they are acting like foreign investments. Drama YouTubers are milking serious topics and then using this common cycle of being unfunny. Grow a garden or steal a brain-rot copycats that have their sole purpose is to being the exact fucking same to get revenue and their young demographic pissing their pants over losing a pet or something. One of the most boring RDC took place, and it led to a controversy on Twitter thanks to this cockermouth. Yeah, that's all I have to say, really. My channels have been so far so good. I created a new account that its purpose is advertisements. British Mario Kart Wii rounds have been uploaded to my main channel. Why? I wanted to make it more fun just to make it feel like Mario Kart. Oh, sorry, I mean quintessentially British Racing Grand Prix Championship. I know I said that I have considered stopping posting videos on this channel, but I think I have to clarify. As I'm about to enter college, I have already raised concerns about posting productive videos in the future. If I post long and productive videos at the same time, then more stress will build up on me. And that is not good since this has happened to me since my return from making content. What I will do is to post other videos on my alternative channels. I will take a break from making long and productive videos on my main channel. When I finish college, I can carry on making productive videos. And finally, what do I think of the UK? Let's start with the political side. The government has been terrible from day one. First of all, just like our 15 years of hell under the Tories, Labour also went into the cutting costs shtick. Like the Tories' austerity, this is even worse because not only do they have to reduce costs from the central government, but also budgets for policing, services, deprived areas, families, pensioners, and so on. Yet the government acts like a company that's in critical financial debt. Even our government thinks that it's going to help the economy. How? In the last 15 years, our country has experienced the same sentiment, which has led to a terrible economic decline on a few occasions. To make matters worse, the government's efforts accidentally led to a terrorist attack in Manchester because of this crying twat. So not only do Labour say fuck all about reducing costs on every part of central government in their manifesto, even since they won the election a year ago, this happened.
Night, violence and vitriol on the streets of the United Kingdom, targeting migrants and mosques in an ugly eruption of anti-immigrant sentiment.
This is our country!
Shut the fuck up! I hope you die in a fire!
Thousands of protesters hit the streets of London, England on Saturday to protest immigration. The Unite the Kingdom March.
But you hop in, get rid of your documents.
Yes. A far-right anti-immigration fascist racist uneducated and a bullshittery riot took place around the UK. All because the far-right wingers are heavily responsible for spreading misinformation about the suspect's background for the Southport attack at a fucking Taylor Swift-themed class. This was so deadly and bad that even the rioters damaged not only our communities but their own. But what made it so hilariously bad is that the rioters who got arrested managed to leave prison. That was a forced decision by one of our ministers, who stated that the country's percentage of prison cells is almost all occupied, meaning that they had to release the prisoners early. I have to say, the 2024 riot was an absolute disaster. Fueled by misinformation, an increase in racism and xenophobia, rhetoric talking points, a far-right wing party that doesn't care about the people nor the NHS, but deeply cares about immigration. To this day, people who don't want immigration are still rambling on. The worst part is that the rhetoric bullshit and misinformation that they spread are being influenced by other countries. I feel ashamed after all these years. Why are immigrants becoming scapegoats when they don't realize how immigration is beneficial to this country? Because the far-right wingers or those who oppose immigration don't have a fucking brain, of course. I'm ashamed because of the far right that uses ethnicity and immigration as a way to fearmonger without backing up their points or facts. This is why they do this, just to fuel more hatred towards multiculturalism. And I hope these cunts learn a lesson. When different people, say South Asians, come to this country, it's because the countries where they were born are likely to have been part of the British Empire. Coincidentally, from this gameplay, the British Empire was the largest in the world with exports like tea. What you also should know is that the British were never nice when they arrived at your doorstep before the party was raided. The British would have their tricks up their sleeves, destroy many people to erase their freedom. Separation, slavery for... That's what makes colonialism so powerful, yet dark from its history and the treatment towards racial groups. So next time, when you think against immigration, the history and research exist for a fucking reason. The next video I will be making is about the clown foolery of anti-immigration and how bad the far right can be with misinformation. As I am somewhat vocal about the far right or anything else that has been happening right now, I am not good at arguments politically, and the same can be said about looking for the right stats and facts. So yet again, I do apologize. It's just that I am inspired by people who speak up on social media against the far right agenda. The upcoming videos would probably also look less productive. I know that sounds boring, but because of college, I felt like Macwell's style got me inspired. So I also apologize for a third time of saying. Like I said, Roblox is boring with its algorithm, and with its terrible features and controversies, I might want to consider making videos on topics that suit me, and when I finish college, I'll go back from where it all started. But yeah, I wasn't expecting me to make this video. It has been a couple of months since I posted original content. So anyway, I will call this one for a day and I will see you later.